Tim is thinking of a student. He is thinking of a student with a particular level, but he's not telling us the level. He's describing the way the student speaks, interacts, and we have to give a level here. So
Okay.
that was a very good description, by the way. Yeah.
Understand 95% of what you ask of them. The grammar is typically like the tenses are correct, but sometimes like the pronouns can get wrong. They can articulate what they want to say, but it can take them some more time to do it, and sometimes they have to go the long way around to fully explain what they want to say. They can't just pick at the words as they want.
F1.
Not quite. And
That's it. Yeah, it sounds like 3 to me. I would say.
3, yeah.
So they understand things, but they don't really know. Like, I've got a lot of students on level P3 that they will understand a lot from what I'm saying, and especially vocabulary. They will, I got it. But then they have problems with fluency in speaking, and they have problems with grammar.
Were we correct?
You were correct.
Yes.
P3.
Excellent. So now I would like you to think of, if you were to establish 3 different categories for levels, only 3, what would they be?
Beginner?
Why do we want to Why do we want to cut the levels from 5 plus? I think 5 is
No. We don't want to cut them.
Hypothetically.
Yeah,
just
hypothetically, yeah.
Well, there's neutral language. Use that. For example, you've never spoken it before. You are familiar with the language, and you're able to. Well, this is quite vague, you say. So you're familiar, so you know a bit, but you're still got lots to learn. And then the third one, you are experienced.
So
you're familiar and experienced.
Yeah. Say again.
New, familiar, and experienced. I don't know, whatever.
New
old. Yeah, it's like kind of. Okay. So it's about your experience the language.
Any other division?
For me, it would come down to fluency.
Say okay.
To how well you can express yourself. Because it's possible that I would be happy having somebody in with my higher level students, even if they made grammatical errors, as long as they were expressing themselves and talking. Because I feel like we'd be able to move forward as a group, and I could explain things and they could have to. But if they can't express themselves or won't express themselves, then I think you need to go back a level.
Okay, so let's say that Peter applies one criteria which is exposure, so you can be new to language or already familiar or experienced, but yours is fluency.
I think it's important.
So your division
willingness
would be?
to speak.
Okay.
Because I think some people learn languages faster because they're confident with them. And so if you put that person into a higher group around people, then they'll quickly catch up. So if you were only going to have 3 levels, then to divide the P4s into the P3s and the P5s, that's what I would take as my division. Rather than, because you get people who really know the grammar, they never say anything, but then they don't learn the vocabulary because they don't say much. And I think that's what the Spanish education system in the past, so that tends to be older students.
Common European framework of reference for languages.
Is that A1, B1?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Yep.
Okay, so that's an attempt to create standards for all languages in terms of proficiency.
Yep.
So how do we know that Radmila knows a little and Peter knows a lot? How do we know it? What do we measure? What descriptors do we use? That's why I asked you to describe a level before. So according to the European framework, there are 3 major levels or characteristics or users. They call them users. The basic user, the independent user, and the proficient user. So basically that's A1, the basic users, and A2, B1 and B2, C1 and C2. Okay, so A1, what have we put for A1?
We have put breakthrough, and the reason why is because you're making a breakthrough to learn the language.
We said the exact same.
Threshold.
Yeah, threshold. Okay, so according to the European framework, it's breakthrough. Maybe that's the reason.
Grammar.
So we have
Half a
breakthrough,
point.
A1.
If it's the next one, and we've got them there.
Very graded.
Making this game up as you go along.
Yeah, breakthrough, wastage, okay? So now B1, the independent users.
Okay, it's all wrong.
Threshold.
Threshold, you guys?
We were advances, but it was a guess.
Okay. So it's threshold, and the other independent user will
We should
be.
get 1 point for those two together.
So it's more or less like it's just backwards.
Alright. So B2,
Yeah, B2 we had back wastage.
but it's
Vantage.
It's should be advantage, yeah.
Well, the last two we got right.
Yeah,
the last two.
Effective operation proficiency.
Okay.
Business
No,
professional.
You're not going to talk to anyone, and you're going to read very carefully and concentrated, looking for keywords, because then you're going to tell us what each descriptors represent, what level they represent.
We're using these levels, the European levels.
Okay.
Can understand the main points of clear standard input and familiar matters regularly encountered in work, school, leisure, etc. Can deal with most situations likely to arise whilst travelling in an area where the language is spoken. Can produce simple, connected text on topics which are familiar or of personal interest. Can describe experiences and events, dreams, hopes and ambitions. Can briefly give reasons and explanations for opinions and plans.
And for you, that is what level?
I had it down as threshold. It seemed to have a very high level generally throughout them. I had it as threshold.
Oh, oops.
Okay, but that
B1.
B1.
Oh,
B1. Okay, I was like,
Damn, I
it's
got it
not-
wrong.
yeah, me too. I was like, oh, okay. What about you, Paul?
Threshold.
Yeah, you agree?
Yeah,
You guys?
B1.
Yes? Okay, very well done. So, Nick, what about the following one?
Okay, can understand the main ideas of complex text on both concrete and abstract topics, including technical discussions in his or her field of specialization, can interact with a degree of fluency and spontaneity that makes regular interaction with native speakers quite possible without strain for either party, can produce clear detailed text on a wide range of subjects and explain a viewpoint on a topical issue, giving the advantages and disadvantages of various options.
So, yeah.
I would say C1.
Any other?
I said C2.
C1.
So,
I said
you,
B2.
B2?
B2.
Lower than level.
C1.
Higher than
C1.
level.
Okay.
I said C2.
And why C2? So,
Because abstract topics.
Okay, fine. And why don't you read your B2?
My B2? My B2 is can understand with ease virtually everything heard or read, can summarize information from different spoken and written sources, reconstruct arguments and accounts in a coherent presentation, can express him herself spontaneously, very fluently and precisely, differentiating finding shades of meaning even in more complex situations.
Will you change something?
That's
What did you
C2,
say it was?
right?
I would say that is C2, yeah.
C2.
That's your. That's my B2.
Oh,
So
But yeah.
Okay, so this what Carlos just read is C2.
Nice.
We're on the same page, and what Nick read is B2.
B2.
Right.
C1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So Chris, the next one.
Third one. Can understand a wide range of demanding long text and recognize implicit meaning. Can express him herself fluently and spontaneously without much obvious search for expressions. Can use language flexibly and effectively for social, academic and professional purposes. Can produce clear, well-structured, detailed text on complex subjects, showing controlled use of organizational patterns, connectors and cohesive devices. Let's see
What do we
what
have here?
C1.
Yeah, C1.
It's a little bit lower than the last.
And Tim?
Can understand sentences and frequently use expressions related to areas to most immediate relevance. For example, very basic personal and family information, shopping, local geography, employment. Can communicate in simple and routine tasks requiring a simple and direct exchange of information on familiar and routine patterns. routine patterns. Can describe in simple terms aspects of his or her background, immediate environment, and matters in areas of immediate need.
What was that?
A2.
Oh, everyone? Yeah? And then, last one? Well, let's read it, even though. So, Peter or Sandra, you guys?
This one?
This is the last one.
Can understand the use of familiar everyday expressions and very basic phrases aimed at the satisfaction of needs of a concrete type. Can introduce him or herself and others, and can ask and answer questions about personal details such as where he or she lives, people he or she knows, and things he or she has. Can interact in a simple way, provided the other person talks slowly and clearly and is prepared to help.
And this is
A1.
A1. Okay. All right. Understood.